What up? What up? What up? Ladies and gents, boys and girls, you are now tuned in to a brand new video of Sportsway with Dre Dave podcast. I am your host with the most, the Hood's ESPN, Crystal Street's very own Dre Dave. What's up? What's up? What's up? Once again, thank y'all for y'all continued support of the podcast. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It's right there on the bottom of the screen. Easy to spell out because when you put in Sportsway, then it's going to say with Dry Day. I don't know why it does that, but that will be me if anything. So, yes, hit the subscribe button. Also, hit that notification bell so that way once a video is uploaded, you will get a notification letting you know that I dropped a new video. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment if you want, tell a friend to tell a friend, all that good stuff. This video here, I didn't see this coming. Now, we had, I want to say, 6 playoff games in the wildcard round. And I was 4-2 with my picks. And it just so happened the 2 teams that I picked lost at the crib. I picked the Eagles to beat the Niners. I was wrong on that. I picked the Steelers to beat the Texans. I was wrong on that. Now, I guess you could say from a nostalgia standpoint, I picked the Steelers because prior to this loss, prior to this blowout, the Steelers never lost on Monday Night Football when they were in Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin has never lost on Monday Night Football when they were in Pittsburgh. So maybe from that standpoint, maybe that's why I picked them. Now, yes, the Texans have been on a tear. They were currently, prior to this game, on a 10-game winning streak. I knew all that. CJ Stroud has done his thing after being benched. I think he was hurt. I can't even say benched, but I think he was hurt. And someone came in, filled the spot, held the team down, and it was winning without him. He came back, didn't miss a beat. I knew all of that. This defense has been very, very impressive. Will Anderson Jr., the whole squad. Yes, I understand all of that. All of that I understand. But I ignored it. I went with nostalgia, okay? I went with my heart, you can say. When on this one, I should have went with my football knowledge because, listen, this game was pretty much a snooze fest from the first quarter to the fourth quarter when it got out of hand. CJ Stroud had about 5 fumbles in this game. He had about 5 fumbles. He lost 2 of them, and he threw an interception, right? Now, for any of us that watch sports, primarily football, especially around this time, if you turn the ball over a lot, chances are you're not going to win that game. Fortunately for Houston, they was playing Aaron Rodgers, who this season, let's just call it for what it is, he is not the same Aaron Rodgers anymore. That bad man that Stephen A used to say, that man is gone. He's just bad man. He's not a bad man. He's just bad man. History in point, case in point, this game. He couldn't get anything down the field. Now, granted, DJ Metcalf had 2 big receiving plays. 2 of them. In fact, those were his only catches in the game. I think both of them was probably 21 yards each. But they weren't deep throws. They was little intermediate routes that he wound up getting extra yards after the catch. But he wasn't throwing anything down the field. And if he was, he couldn't do anything with it. And then we get into the turnovers. I just said that I just said that C.J. Stroud had 5 fumbles. He lost 2 of them. Well, Aaron Rodgers, I know he coughed up the ball a couple of times as well. He threw an interception and he fumbled the ball. In fact, he had 2 fumbles. One of them I saw personally because I was at work doing my final walkthrough before I leave. And lo and behold, he fumbles the ball. And I don't know who the big man is for the Texans, but he ran it back to the house for a touchdown. And once that happened, everything went went bonkers after that. The game was 7-6 in the fourth quarter. 7-6. That was the score going into the fourth quarter. And then lo and behold, right after that, it just went completely bonkers after that. Sheldon Rankins, I think that's his name. Sheldon Rankins, that's his name. He was the one that ran the touchdown back. Then they had a pick 6. Kalen Bullock ran a 50-yard interception return back. Now, that I didn't see because I had left for work already. So I was basically getting alerts on my phone. But when the score was 17-6, I knew it was over. Like when that fumble took place and Rankins ran it to the house, because mind you, the Texans was up 10-6 at this time. And again, like I said, Aaron Rodgers wasn't really doing much. He really wasn't. And I'm going to really get to the crux of this at the end of this. But when Rankins picked that ball up and ran it in the end zone, you can hear a pin drop. Complete silence in that building. I'm quite sure a lot of the fans started to make their way to the exits because they knew that their season was about to be over. And it just went bonkers after that. Touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. Now, mind you, this is fourth quarter. It was 10-6 going into the fourth quarter. And then it just went completely bonkers after that. I am going to give props to the Texans, though. C.J. Stroud, listen, he better buy that defense, all of them, because he got a bag, okay? He better buy that defense. He better buy them cars. He better hook them up with something because that defense is what got them this victory. Because again, like I said, C.J. Stroud stanked up the joint. He did. There's no other way around it. Yeah, he had about 200, close to 250 passing yards. Yes. He threw a touchdown in the first quarter. Cool. But other than that, he played. If I got to put a grade on this, I got to give him C- going on D because of all those damn fumbles. 5 fumbles. 5 fumbles. And you lost 2 of them. So if I got to put a grade on his performance, C- going in. We hitting the D mark. Pause. Crazy. And then Aaron Rodgers, F. Straight F. Straight F. But let's get to the crux of this right now. Because y'all see the thumbnail. And in the thumbnail, I said, end of an era. Now, obviously, the elephant in the room is this is the second, not even. This is another year where the Pittsburgh Steelers had a playoff berth and was eliminated in the first round. Their last playoff win was 10 years ago against the Kansas City Chiefs. That was their last playoff win. That means after that, which was 2016, that means after the 2016 season, every year that they've made the playoffs, if they were a wild card team, which chances are they probably were, they got eliminated in that wild card round. They did not advance to the next round. They got eliminated in that first round. So yes, the elephant in the room, Mike Tomlin, another non-losing season. Yes, kudos to him for that. Unfortunately, he has another year where he is one and done in the playoffs. Now, a few weeks ago, I did a video and I said that how his job and John Harbaugh's job was on the line in that last game with Pittsburgh and Baltimore, the last game of the regular season. I said whichever coach loses that game, they're going to lose their job. Chances are they're going to lose their job. We all know what happened. Pittsburgh won. John Harbaugh lost his job. We now fast forward to this game. To lose in this fashion at home, I honestly believe that it is time for Mike Tomlin to move on. I do. I know that's not the Pittsburgh way. I know that's not the Steelers way. They don't part ways with coaches like that. Again, in my lifetime, they've only had two coaches, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin. Now, in total, I think they've only had three coaches, Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin. But those are the only two that I remember in my lifetime, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin. I think it's time that he moves on and goes somewhere else. I think he's overstayed his welcome in Pittsburgh. I honestly believe that. I truly believe that. I think it's time that they need a new voice. I think it's time that they need new leadership. And I think it's time for him to go somewhere else and try to have an Andy Reid effect where you've had all the success with this team. I mean, you only got one championship to show for it. Maybe you need to go somewhere else and try to win and do something over there. The same thing with John Harbaugh. They had these long tenures with these teams. Y'all living off of one championship that happened a decade and change ago. Maybe it's time for y'all to move on and go somewhere else. I'm not saying retire. I'm just saying move on and go somewhere else. There's a lot of openings right now. A lot. You got Atlanta. You got Tennessee. You got the Giants. You got the Raiders. You got the Browns. There are a lot of teams out there that need new coaches. And I think Mike Tomlin needs to take that under consideration. Because I think his time in Pittsburgh is over. That's just my opinion. Now, do I think he's leaving? No, I don't think he's leaving. I don't think he's leaving. Because of the reason I just told you. Pittsburgh do not get rid of coaches like that. They don't. So me personally, I don't see him going anywhere. But if it was up to me, oh yeah, he's gone. We can mutually agree to part ways. I'm not firing you, but let's just mutually agree that it's time that we go somewhere. It's time that you go somewhere else. That's just my opinion. Now, as it pertains to Aaron Rodgers, with this game, it's time for him to retire. Let's not even fake the funk. I don't want to hear nothing about how, oh, maybe he should go to another team. No, dead that shit. It is time for him to retire. There is nothing left for him to prove. Nothing. It's not like he played this season and he played lights out, because he didn't. Now, the old Aaron Rodgers, if he was playing a team that turned the ball over like that, oh, he's capitalizing off of it. But unfortunately, C.J. Stroud turned the ball over, what? 2 fumbles and an interception. And Aaron Rodgers couldn't do anything with it. Nothing. Nothing at all. This loss is on Aaron Rodgers. The defense did their part. Aside from that first quarter touchdown, the Pittsburgh defense did their part. Their quarterback, The future Hall of Famer didn't answer the bell. He blew this game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's no other way around it. I don't want to use the word washed up, but that's what he's looking like right now. And it's time for him to retire. It's time. There's nothing left for you to prove. You are a 4-time MVP. You have one Super Bowl championship in your disposal. You're one of the greatest quarterbacks that the game has ever seen. Do I think that you're top 5? That's somewhat in discussion. That's a conversation we can have for another day. But yeah, it's time for you to hang it up. It's time for you to hang it up. Real talk. It really is. But salute to the Texans. Salute to the Texans. I know the thumbnail was about Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin, but salute to the Texans because, again, I chose nostalgia over common sense. Because, again, the Texans, 10-game winning, well, now 11-game winning streak. I should have went with that. But, again, I chose nostalgia over common sense. And Houston, I apologize. I can admit when I was wrong, and I was wrong with this pick, obviously. But salute to the Texans. They now move on to the divisional round where they will play the New England Patriots. Now, I will say this, though. C.J. Stroud, do not turn the ball over like you did against New England. Don't do it. I advise you to not. Because New England is not Pittsburgh. And I'm going to leave it at that. But it's a wrap for this video. Once again, thank y'all for your continued support of the podcast. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, Sportswear with Dre Day Podcast. Also, hit that notification bell so that way once a video is uploaded, you will get a notification letting you know that I dropped a new video. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, tell a friend, all that good stuff. In closing, y'all know how this goes. This has been another video, Sportswear with Dre Day Podcast. Catch y'all on the flip side. God bless. Peace and love. Your boy is out of here.